Alright guys, another cool review that I'm excited for because they are the Venum Hammer gloves. They're in 16 ounce. I got these custom. That's why I'm pretty excited about them, because I got this custom colorway. It took about 6 weeks to get here. Made in Thailand with Argentinian Nappa leather. Full grain leather. Alright. Just so we start this off, this colorway is basically the blue, navy blue, and a silver colorway that I thought would look pretty good, but I'm not the best at making custom colors, because once I went back on their website, they kind of offer a glove very similar that is Velcro. That's pretty much half of what I paid for this, which was kind of a bummer. But you might be lucky for people who want this colorway. You might be able to get it for half the price I did, because I got it for about $250, which is not bad for a pair of custom gloves, by the way. But they do offer crazy sales on the Venum website, which, I found out a little later. These gloves came in at the weight of 16.1 ounces each. That is extremely accurate when it comes to gloves. I'm actually really impressed by it. I think it's honestly mind-blowing that it's that close. Most of my gloves are not that close. It comes with a 3-layer multi-layer foam, right? Now, 2 layers of the foam is an HDS foam, right? So that could mean either a high density soft foam or a high density shock foam, right? And then the outer layer is going to be an EVA foam, right? High density EVA foam. That's what I believe it is. This is kind of sprayed down or something with a wax. I don't know exactly how they do it, if they dip it in wax or they just kind of give you a wax coating, but it's definitely makes the leather more durable, and it makes it a little more waterproof in my opinion. So I do like that. And I also like that hard surface that you have here, because it kind of goes hand in hand with the feedback you're going to get when you actually use these gloves. Yeah, so I'd say that the stitching of the glove, we're talking about like Thai gloves. I don't know many Thai gloves that don't have really great stitching. Yeah, so I can't find anything wrong with the stitching of the glove. And that's not very shocking. We have the air holes here, which is a million, it looks like. It has, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I don't know, about 9 air holes up top on the fingertip area, and we have a ton of air holes right here on the thumb. So this is an extremely cool glove. On top of that, as you can see, just so we have an understanding, there is 16-ounce tag here. On top of that, the liner. It is kind of like a moisture wicking liner. It's a little baggy here in the bottom, but it's not so baggy in the fingertip compartment. I don't know what the liner necessarily is made of, but I tell you one thing. It's thin. It's very thin. It feels thin. It feels like it could tear. That's probably one drawback I have with this glove. Also, the laces, they feel different. They feel like they also kind of been dipped in wax a little bit, but the more I've used it, the less of the feeling I get. So maybe that's just, in the beginning portion of it. This punch surface right here is dense. The foam, you could actually push down on the foam. It's not bad, but this first initial part right here feels like a plastic almost. So that feels dense, but the foam itself squishes down pretty nice. The foam is not very thick either. As you can see, the foam, it just kind of, I don't know, it looks thin, but it doesn't feel that way, because when you do use the glove and you pretty much hit it with everything you got, you don't feel like your fingers are really piercing through, which is good. Also, it has a grip bar here. I would say it's a medium soft grip bar. It's very straight. I wish it was a little bigger. I'm always the bigger fan of a bigger grip bar. This thumb attachment is huge. I love that. I think that's a really good thumb attachment. No finger jamming when it comes to this glove. When you put your hands in the glove, it's so comfortable. I'm not exaggerating. The hand compartment, because it's 16 ounces, if you're not wearing, like, anything on your hands, when it comes to, putting wraps on your hands with, a lot of people put different types of stuff in their wraps along with just the wraps. You might see this is kind of big, like my hands can kind of swim in here. But if you have like a good knuckle guard and hand wraps, this feels unbelievable. It really does. They have a nice broken in feeling. I like that as well. A broken in feeling on a glove is probably one of my go-to things for sparring. When it comes to this punch surface, it's pretty flat. And, if you could hear that, it has surprisingly good pop. Usually I would think that gloves that are more soft and foam, they'll have like this crazy pop to them, but now this is not horsehair, it's foam, and it has for being a foam glove and not a horsehair glove, it has amazing pop. Yeah, so the fingertip compartment has like kind of like a rolled up piece of leather. It looks a little flat on the fingertip compartment. It kind of acts as a way to be more comfortable with the fingertips and create more of a fist position, which is nice. I think this automatically puts your hands in this really, strong fist position. So I like gloves that do that as well. Profile of the glove. I was worried when I first got them because I thought they were going to be big. So I was a little concerned when I got 16-ounce gloves. But I will compare them to a pair of winning gloves that are 16 ounces. And as you can see, they're pretty close in profile. So in my opinion, the glove itself really, really is right on where it needs to be. So in that aspect, I would say if you get a glove, it's $250. Venum glove, you might wait 6 weeks, but I think you'd be great, and I think these are a winner. So buy them, definitely worth it, and they go on sale, so wait for the sales. So very surprised at this glove, very surprised at this leather. Very comfortable glove, and it's very minimalistic, so when you put it on, it doesn't feel like a glove that has too much bells and whistles. It just feels like a really, really good glove. Very comfortable, very cooling. And, I think that this is a surprising glove, and it's unique in its own way. And I definitely recommend this glove to people who want kind of this nice, unique feel of a boxing glove. The only downside I would say is essentially, maybe these laces are a little weird feeling, and then this inner liner should be a lot more thick. Like even as I'm doing this, I feel like I can rip it. So the durability of the liner is concerning, and the laces feel a little funny, but you could always change your laces, so it's not the end of the world. So there you go. That's my review on the Venum Hammer gloves. Very surprising.